Next presenter, I would like to invite Bandung Techno Park, Pak Kiki Sudiana. Please, Pak.
Thank you, Pak. Hi, my name is Kiki Sudiana from Bandung Techno Park. Bandung Techno Park is nearly the same with High Tech Campus, perhaps, yeah. But we are really in this very beginning stage. We are only small, 5.5 hectares, and we are already established. This is the third years, and then yeah, I think I will. So I prefer to talk about one of my startups in Bandung Techno Park, which is pen testing. And I'm a mentor of pen testing Indonesia. This is a startup run into IT security business, focusing in penetration testing. So I will start my presentation with the UK-based survey report on IT security breaches survey report last year. The respondents is about 1,000 and something, and the result is quite surprising, that almost 80% of the companies having problem with the IT security. They are having incidents, 60 to 80%. And the more surprising data is that the 24% the breach is detected that the outsider has successfully penetrated into the system, into the servers, into the website. They already hacked into the system, and 16 out of it can stolen of the data, of the circuit data. What happened if this kind of incident happen in the financial institutions, banking, web stores, e-commerce, large e-commerce corporations? So these numbers inspire us to conduct a penetration testing business. So, how much is the damage cost them? The damage cost nearly about 1 million pound sterling. I guess the number is not really different. This is the figure of United Kingdom, and I guess the number is not really different among other European countries. That most of them has really having trouble with the security system, and those are only the top of the iceberg, since that the 70% of the IT manager keep this kind of incident as their secret. Okay, smell something business in it, right? So yes, this is the market. Services, the technology, telecommunication, banking service. They are the one who are really willing to spending all of the budget, most of the IT budget on the security system. So, yes, so hopefully those numbers represent the lucrativity of the IT security businesses. So, what I'm offering is the penetration testing. Actually, there are three kinds of IT security assessment. The first one is security audit. This is only for the checklist, checking that whether the company rolling out the procedure comply with their IT security procedure or ISO 27001 or something like that. This kind of consultancy needed by companies who already implemented ISO on ISMS, Information Security Management System. Yes. The second one is vulnerability assessment. Vulnerability assessment, the assessment is conducted by software, kind of software, who scan all the port, all the system on the IT system of the company. So it generates what kind of vulnerability that they have, and then also yes, something like that. But the weaknesses of the VA is that it is run by machine, run by a kind of software, and they use a kind of library. So there must be some kind of hole that could not be detected by the software, and also there are some kind of what we call false positive. The software found it as a hole, but actually it's not really the danger one. The third one is penetration testing. We use software, and also we test it manually. The difference is the penetration testing is that we try to be a kind of a hacker. We try to be a kind of a hacker that try to get into one's company website or server. And once we get a hole on that, we try to exploit whether that kind of a hole is dangerous enough or not. It's dangerous enough or not. Or whether we can fetch important data, or we can, after we can get through into the server, we can get through another computer and turn on the camera, turn on the microphone, put some files on it. So that's kind of exploitation that we should, as a pen tester, do. But don't worry, the good pen tester should be legally and should be unharmful. We should conduct that kind of pen testing safely, and we should put some trails on it, but and put some kind of text on it that just a signature we have already breached into your system, and this is unharmful, and we are not mercenary. The one who requests us to do that kind of pen testing is should be the owner of the system. Yeah, so you are not supposed to hire us to penetrate someone else's system. Okay, that's forbidden. Okay, this kind of penetration testing is largely needed by most of the finance company, and also almost all of the company who implemented the ISO 27010, the ISMS. And yeah, why the companies need it? Because yes, they need to protect their corporate data. They need to make sure that the system is good enough or not. And then yes, data is an asset, so let's us protect the business. Okay, it's also related with the customer trust. Okay, and yes, we have three kind of service. The first is web penetration web pen testing. It only assess whether the web is safe enough or not, the web or the application. Yeah, and the second one is external pen testing. We are assessing the one's company network from the distance. So you perhaps already know that kind of hacking activity is possible to be carried out from distance, from Indonesia. So we could conduct that kind of web and external pen testing from a distance. So hopefully our price is much lower than rather than you hire pen tester from Europe. And the last one is internal pen testing. The internal pen tester should be there on the spot to assess whether the LAN, the Wi-Fi is secure enough. They only need to sit on the spot and then try to plug in the RG45 plugin and then try to find hole on the IT. You don't have to, the client don't have to give their username or password or anything, just on the net. So that is the type of pen testing we carried out, and we are hoping to have a kind of business partnership from you. If any one of you interested to be in this business, I hope we can cooperate together. And yes, what we are looking for is a kind of marketing agency that the local partner, is doing the marketing things, and we are the one who will do the technical pen testing aspect remotely from Indonesia. And yes, hopefully, should anyone interested to become our partner here, I would be more than happy to. And also, if anyone would like to perhaps having a kind of expansion plan to go to Indonesia, Bandung Technopark would be happy to assist you. So we have almost the same facility, but the smaller one. We have office space. We have also legal offices to help you to establish the office there. And we're also nearby the university, so we could help you to find the fresh graduate. We are hand by hand with the Telkom University. It's the biggest ICT university in Indonesia, and just feel free to contact me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Pak Kiki. Yeah, maybe because of the time, maybe we'll have a discussion later.
I will introduce you.
Otherwise, this penetration test, very, very good, very interesting product, of course. Everybody need it, all companies, even at home, maybe you need this kind of solution. By the way, we can discuss it during the coffee break later, and you will stay here until dinner, so we can have an offline discussion. Next presentation is Bataviasoft. Please, Pak, then you can help the presentation from Fajar. Fajar Ramadhani is the Managing Director of Bataviasoft in Amsterdam.
Good afternoon, goedemiddag voor de Nederlandse publiek en selamat siang voor de Indonesische publiek. I'll do my presentation in English because we have a mix of audience. My name is Fajar Ramadhani. I'm a founder of Bataviasoft. I live in Holland for quite a couple of years now, and I have offices in Holland and also in Jakarta. Today I will introduce you the digital signature and what does it mean, and the cases where we can use the digital signature. Today we are moving from paper to paperless business. For example, we send our invoices not by post anymore, but we send the invoices by email. Or you can receive your invoice automatically from the web shop or other shops where you have purchased your products. So there is a kind of transition from confirming the purchase or confirming the document by from the pen scribble, when you write, just put your pen on paper, when you write on your signature, to a digital version of your signature. There's also a need to speed up the process. For example, when you do business with a company from outside your country, for example, I have a company in Holland, and I'll do business with a client in Indonesia. If we have to sign a contract by the conventional way, to send the contract document by post, I have to wait at least 3 weeks before I get my signed contract back on my desk again. I think it's not the correct way to doing business at the moment. We need to speed up the process so we can compete better on the market. I want to speed up the process from weeks to minutes. But there's also some challenges. The biggest challenge is the acceptation of digital signature. And the second one is also the law of digital signature. For example, in Europe, we already have a proper law on digital signature. But many countries in the world is still working to finalize their law about the digital signature. And there are also some differences, for example, between the United States and the European Union. Those differences makes it harder to implement the digital signature for international businesses. Also, we are moving from offline archiving, when you see the old cabinets full of the documents, to digital version or cloud version of the document archiving. I would like to explain the current situation, how even in Europe, many businesses still done. We create our document with a word processor, Word or Pages, but we have to print the document to have the document signed with someone. After that, we scan the document and then email it again. It's quite complex, right? From digital back to paper and back to digital again. Sometimes you have to send the signed document by post to your counterpart. This will take days, weeks, and even months. With digital signature, we can simplify the process and speed up the time of the process from weeks or days to minutes. Depends on the time differences. For example, between Holland and Indonesia, we have 6 hours time differences. But if you send your contract, let's say 8 o'clock in the morning, European time, they are still working in Indonesia. So we can have your document signed in a matter of minutes. So this is actually the big reason to move from the conventional version of signing a document to a digital version of signing a document. Because time is money, and money is very important for us, for the business people. But as I mentioned earlier, we have some challenges. For example, the image of digital document is still not very well known in the general public. Everybody thinks if it's digital, you can always edit the document. But that's not true. If a document is provided by the digital signature, the document cannot be edited anymore. Up till now, it's an international standard. So you don't have to worry about that. The next one. How can we be sure that the one who signed the document also the correct person? But user verification. It's the same thing actually as the paper version. Because how do I know that you are the CEO of the company? You can put your name on the paper, but that's all. Using digital signature, you can verify the user with multiple way of verification. For example, by email or by SMS. In Holland, we have other verification methods. For example, DigiD or ideal payment. So only the one, for example, for ideal payment, only the account holder has access to the bank account. So we can verify the user is the correct one, except if you give away your bank account or your PIN and any other information. So we can verify the user easily, or better than the old-fashioned way. The other thing is acceptance. It's more kind of the large public. Is the digital signature law compliant? If there's something between two parties, can I go to the judge to approve this is the document, we have signed this document, and is it acceptable? In Holland, yes. In European Union, yes. I don't know about the other countries, but yes, it is acceptable, as long as the document is signed properly. Compared to the American version of digital signature, or the American law, the American are more focusing on the scribble, how you sign your signature. The European law says, I don't care about the scribble, I do care about the verification and the audit trail of the process. When, where, and how do you verify the user? And the other one is security. Again, up till now, it is not possible to hack a digitally signed document. Up till now. I don't know about the future, but I hope not. I will give some examples from the real life cases. For example, if you buy a product from a web shop, you don't have to pay the product directly, so it's post-paid purchase. You have to sign a kind of agreement. Currently, there are still many web shops or many businesses who offer you to download a kind of form, to fill the form and sign the form and send it back by post, or you have to scan the signed document to an email address. It takes time. Again, you have to fill in the form, you have to print it, and you also have to send it by post. You can do this real time using the digital signature. It also goes from online proposals. When you can win times, you also can keep the prospective client to your business. If it takes too much time to finish the process, you can lose your clients. Insurance policies, it's very important, because especially in Holland, we need to update our insurance policy every year. So if you can check, okay, this insurance company offers a better policy, you can switch to the other insurance company. The time to keep your customer or new customer to deal from looking on your website to close a policy is very important. That's why many insurance companies are using digital signature right now to close a policy. So if you are in the process of purchasing an insurance, you can finish it in the same process. You don't have to print the form, or you don't have to print the document and send it back by post. Another case, multiple signers. Sometimes we have a document which we need to have signed by more than 2 or 3 persons on 2 or 3 different places. So currently we have to send the document from A to B, B to C, C to D, and back again to A. Again, it takes time. Using digital signature, it will be done in minutes, unless one of them is on holiday or out of office. So the other thing also important is kind of timesheet. If you see some students, if you have a temporary job, at the end of the month or at the end of the week, you have to fill in your timesheet, and you will get paid. Sometimes you have to fill in the form, timesheet form, and to deliver it on site. And again, they will ask the company to approve the timesheet. It takes time. With the digital signature, you can speed up the time. And any other case for online purchasing or online agreement which need to be signed by one or more signers, you can speed up the process by using digital signature. We don't offer a rocket science, we don't offer a high-tech solution. What we offer is, any other companies can offer the same solution, because digital signature is almost standard. But what's the difference between our solution with others? The most current solution requires extra hardware. So you need a tablet or you need some kind of device to sign the document. It's not really necessary. Our solution is online based. The only thing you need is a modern web browser or modern mobile browser. That's all. We are focusing on the medium level digital signature. It's not sufficient for some professions. For example, judges. Judges need to sign the document using their high qualified certificate, or medical doctors, or lawyers. But we are focusing on the business side. 80% of the business can use our system, and it's accepted by the law. And we also have connectors. We can connect our digital signature solution with ERPs, with document management systems, with other systems to speed up the process. Yeah, a little bit about my company. I started my company in 2006, started in Amsterdam and opened the office in Jakarta. We have now about 7 years of experience in digital signatures, and actually 80% of my clients are in Indonesia. And we want to expand our services in other European countries. And Bataviasoft is also a member of Indoglobit. We have the same mission. We want to promote Indonesian IT services to the world. So, if you want to know more about digital signature, give me your email. I can give you an online demo. So you can try and experience the digital signature as we offer it to the market. Thank you. Any questions? One?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the time. Good morning, I think. I prefer to say good morning because I hope you still have a lot of energy to follow this presentation which is coming until dawn. So, first let me introduce myself. My name is Husnan Ahmad Samhani, and I'm here to represent my company, Fusi Global Technology. You can call it Fusi. And as you can see in the projection, in the slide, I will give a short presentation about Internet of Things, because I think that's the key word that best describes what my company do. So, Fusi, we have capability in design embedded solution, and we also have some knowledge in wireless. And what we do is make Internet of Things happen in Indonesia, and at least that's our vision to implement Internet of Things in Indonesia. So I will give some introduction in IoT. Basically, Internet of Things is enable the device to connect each other and also connected to the internet, so we can give some sense of intelligence to the device, and also we can connect to the device every time, anytime, anywhere, as long as we have internet connectivity. And what is the consequence for the IoT? We can get more data. More data can be gathered, so more ways to increase efficiency, safety, and security. And we also have unlimited access that can be controlled from anywhere, anytime, any device, and we can generate more value and opportunity. And what kind of value we can generate? First, we can add some user experience, maybe like more simple and natural way of interacting with our device. New business model can be generated from here. New service, new customer segment. We also can increase productivity, efficiency, and comfort. Develop some green technology that have saving power, saving, and also in security. I think there are still a lot more of value that we can explore when we implement IoT in our industry. So what is Internet of Things? Basically, it consists of three processes, three main components. The first is the sensor and the actuator. This is the sense that which the data generate, and also the second is the connectivity, which connect the device to another device and to internet. And the last is the process. We can do a lot of process in cloud computing, and we can add some certain intelligence to our device. To put it more in simple way, the sensor and actuator act like our sense, hearing, sight, and the connectivity, which can be through any wireless standard, Bluetooth, Zigbee, NFC, and Wi-Fi. It's act like our nerve system. And the last is the process it can be in cloud computing, and it act like our brain to give a device a capability to process. And this is the architecture of IoT system. This segment is the IoT device itself. It will connect to some kind of wireless that connect to gateway. This is usually have a short range, and the devices must be software configuration because if you want to deploy in a lot of number, it will be so tired if we configure it one by one. Scalable deployment, network configuration, easy to maintain and deployment. This device will connect to some gateway, and then for the long range, it will connect to internet, to cloud system, database in some country or in another place far away. And the last part is we can access it through our device, smartphone or any kind of device that we bring it anywhere. So it can be interactive. We can access the data on time, and also we can monitor it in real time. The last is it has some device management to manage the configuration and to see overall system. So what we develop in Fusi, actually we have a general platform that consists of some kind of MCU, microcontroller unit. We often use a processor like ARM32, or if we want to implement some solution that need more higher computing power, we can use like from Intel solution, or also Raspberry Pi for our base device, and then we connect this platform to any kind of sensor, because whether it's analog or digital sensor, because we can support any kind of interface, and then transmit it wirelessly to some gateway using also any kind of wireless. We can choose Zigbee mesh, we can choose Bluetooth, GSM or GPRS. So we developed a solution in this. We have many kind of sensor actually. Temperature, humidity, GPS, altitude, accelerometer, or gas sensor. It depends on what the customer requests for the solution. We also right now work in this logistic system. We have a partner in Indonesia that they know about the business process in logistics, and we are the one who implement the system to hardware. This is some logistic application that we developed. We also develop wireless secure communication, so we can connect and interact with another device using through our smartphone, but not using operator connectivity. We use our own wireless device. It up to 1 kilometer communication with rate up to 128 kilobit per second. We can implement secure communication also, and we just use our regular smartphone to access it. So this connect to this device using Bluetooth, and it will connect to another our wireless station using a proprietary RF, and then back to smartphone in the other side. And we also have a product in last mile connectivity. This is a broadband wireless from Indonesia. So we use RFDM technology that up to 7 megahertz bandwidth. Last time we tried in a medical application, collaborate with government in rural area. And we also have developed LTE small cell with our partner in Netherlands and also in Germany. We are planning to deploy it in end of this year. This LTE based on releases 8 or 9 and fully compliant with LTE standard. It can support TDD or FDD connection, and also apply MIMO technology. It have a low power consumption, and yeah, I think it is the first small cell that made in Indonesia. Okay, thank you. That's the overview of our project and our or something. Just contact me after this presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pak. I hope that you can still stay, because we still have two very interesting products to present before a coffee break. Yes, if you agree that we continue with Big Data from Solusi 247.